to center field. This ball's crushed.
We welcome you to Angel Stadium in Anaheim, California, where tonight the Houston Astros will play game number 161 of the season. They've already established the number one seed in the American League. They've already established a franchise record 105 wins. They also have an opportunity to be the number one overall seed in all of Major League Baseball. Dodgers winning earlier today have 105 wins, but if the Astros win tonight, they can lock it up as they win the tiebreaker against LA. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Todd Callis alongside Jeff Blum. Glad you could join us for our final night game of the 2019 season, in the regular season. Blummer, the offense has been good so far in this series last night, or in this road trip. Last night it was some timely hits.
Yeah, and for Michael Brantley, too, getting that big drive to center field. Went to school a little bit, saw that Luis Garcia was throwing that slider, but right now it feels like they need that one big hit because the offense is kind of sputtering a little bit.
Yeah, only 13 runs so far in the first 4 games. Tonight, though, they may not need that many runs because on the mound is Justin Verlander. He has a lot at stake.
Yeah, I think a lot of the attention is going to be on the pitching here down in these last 2 games as you take a look at what Justin Verlander has on the line for him. 21st win would be second most, but everybody's talking about the strikeouts. 12 for 300, 3 to beat his career high in a season, but the 6 strikeouts would really be a huge milestone and really put a mark on the legacy for Justin Verlander.
If you take back what Justin Verlander has done all the way to 1914, so we're talking about 105 seasons, he is having a season for the ages.
And oh yeah, by the way, he's 35, 36 years old, and considering what that number is in Major League Baseball, that's archaic, but he is still going out there and bucking the trend, ruining some algorithms, going out there and striking out and holding down opposing hitters. I really appreciate the ability to keep the opponent batting average at 172. There's some pretty good hitters in the league these days.
This has the makings of that same season that was magical for Pedro Martinez. We'll comp that during the course of the game. We can also comp this guy, Garrett Cole, and Justin Verlander, what they've done in 2019. Final chances for both to put a final touch on their 2019 Cy Young resume. Astros Baseball on AT&T Sportsnet is brought to you by Budweiser. Plan ahead for a safe ride home from your friends at Silver Eagle Distributors, Houston.
And even NASA say we got a problem, cause when the age go up, can't nobody stop us. See, we know how to flip $1 to $100.
Strikes out the side. 13 strikeouts for Garrett Cole.
Boy, this the city of the dream team. Astros World Series. Jose Altuve, we don't play but get ready. Keep your head up and stand up. Always being leader. Just a couple guidelines from my father. H-time made, H-time really. H-time made, H-time written. I'ma swing through, watch me swing through. I'ma go hard when I swing in my city. I'ma go hard when I bump in my city. I'ma go hard when I start in my city. H-time, did I get it?
Cole, third strike.
Around in my city, it goes down in every town in my city. Represent my city. Watch me swing through. I'ma go hard when I swing in my
We welcome you back to Anaheim. This is game 3 of a 4-game set. The Astros coming off a very nice win yesterday. If you remember, Alex Bregman kicking things off for this club. We saw great pitching with Jose Urquidy and the bullpen, and Michael Brantley coming through with a big swing. That gave them 105 wins on the year, and it was one that they were really going after. It gave them home field advantage through the American League playoffs. That clinches the number one seed for them as well, and that's something they take a lot of pride in. They wanted to be the team to win the most games at the end of this season, and Michael Brantley said of this team, we play well at home, so that's something we were eyeing on. As soon as we got close to clinching our division, that's what we wanted. We want to bring this to the home fans and play well just as we've done all season long. Will Harris said, let's travel the better, and lately it's just felt like this team has checked off all the boxes that they had desired. And then AJ Hinch, he just wants his team to keep winning right now. He said, we have a chance at 2 more wins. AJ saying the mentality of that is so important to keep, and we've got our big boys going, he said, Justin Verlander and Garrett Cole, so we have to finish strong. Still need a win to clinch home field advantage throughout the postseason, with the Dodgers just 1 win behind them heading into today's game. TK?
All right, Julia, getting ready for action on a Saturday evening. Astros will face the Angels left-hander with this lineup tonight. George Springer will lead things off, followed by Jose Altuve. Alex Bregman will play shortstop and bat third. Yordan Alvarez will DH. Yuli Gurriel hits in the 5 spot and plays first base. Aledmys Diaz gets a start at third. Josh Reddick in left field. Robinson Chirinos behind the plate. And Jake Marisnick batting ninth in center.
Jose Suarez, the left-hander on the mound for the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. This will be his 15th start. He's appeared in 18 games. You can see the numbers, 76 innings pitched. He has a 7.34 ERA. He came in relief last time against Houston, threw a couple of innings, gave up a run, only throwing 34 pitches.
Defensively behind Suarez tonight, Brian Goodwin's back in there. He missed a game due to some back spasms after sliding into second base on Thursday night, but he'll be in center field. Taylor Ward gets a start in left, Cole Calhoun in right. Gold Glover Andrelton Simmons at shortstop. He's got David Fletcher to his left on the left side of the infield in the shift, and Caleb Cowart, the third baseman, with Jared Walsh getting the start tonight at first. Kevin Smith behind the plate for the second time in this series. Ready to go with George Springer leading things off, and Springer takes one outside for a ball. George has 2 games remaining tonight and tomorrow to try and tie the record of Alfonso Soriano for leadoff home runs in a season. Soriano had 13 in 2003, and George sitting at 12 right now, tied with a different season for Soriano for the second most in Major League history. 2-1 the count. Special night here tonight for Justin Verlander. Not only a chance to get win number 21, but that big number of strikeouts. He's half a dozen away from 3,000. Springer with a big swing and no contact. It's 2-2. George coming in 4th in slugging, 4th in OPS. A 960 OPS on the season. On the ground towards third, backhanded by Cowart. His throw across is in time, and Springer retired to start this game. I'll bring up Jose Altuve. Altuve's numbers against lefties this year, it's been very good with a .320 mark. He is 2 for 5 against his fellow Venezuelan 21-year-old lefty Jose Suarez. Suarez delivers a strike.
I would imagine Altuve's on a little bit of a mission here in the last couple of games, sitting at 295. He wouldn't mind racking together some multi-hit games to finish off this season and maybe creep into that 300. Be a little bit tough.
Swings at this pitch and sends a high fly ball fairly deep to left field, but playable. And the left fielder Taylor Ward puts it away as they close the outfield wall. Well, that ball was in midair. Second out.
Timing is everything. The scouting report is presented by your Greater Houston Honda dealers, and with Alex Bregman coming to the plate since August 1st, this is his hot-cold zone. Doing a good job through that middle portion of the zone, across the plate. But doing a good job on some of those off-speed pitches to the outside. And again, we've talked about how he is up on the plate. So that outside portion of the plate that you see lit up in red is basically the middle part of the plate for Alex Bregman. Crowds at plate, trying to take away some of the off-speed, the sliders and the curveballs, challenging pitchers to beat him with the fastball. But he's taking some off-speed out to left field to get those home run totals up.
Suarez delivers a strike. Bregman finishing strong. You see his numbers in September. His WAR number in Baseball Reference up to 8.2 now as he tries to run down Mike Trout here over the final few games. He's only 0.2 behind Trout. And most of Bregman's damage, or a lot of it, has come against Trout's teammates this year. Alex has hit .317 with 8 home runs and 21 RBIs against the Angels in 2019.
There's the MVP battle. Right now, Alex 4 home runs behind. It's got him in RBIs, runs. The OPS keeps creeping up, feels like on a daily basis.
Goes down swinging here as Suarez gets him with a fastball to end the inning. 1-2-3 start to this game for Suarez.
The Big A numbers on the season in 33 starts are spectacular. 217 innings pitched. That whip at .81 is phenomenal. We talked about all the career marks he is going for. I expect him to come right out of the chute with good fastball, power slider, and the usual swing and miss type stuff.
He'll face this lineup for the Angels tonight with David Fletcher at the top, followed by Brian Goodwin and Albert Pujols. Cole Calhoun will bat in the cleanup spot in right field. Andrelton Simmons, the shortstop, hits fifth. Kevin Smith behind the plate. Jared Walsh at first. Taylor Ward in left field, and Caleb Cowart will play third base and bat ninth. The last three hitters all starting the night at exactly 2:11. Angels have been tough on Verlander this year. It has been a tough team for him to pick up a lot of strikeouts, 18 and a third innings, and 18 strikeouts against this team. Fletcher has the highest contact percentage of any hitter in baseball as he takes a strike with the fastball. Fletcher 5 for 17 in his career against JV. Just one time has he struck out in those 17 ABs. Start number 34 on the year for Justin. Career high is a 35 start season back in 2009. 34 he's done multiple times now. Fletcher pops one up. Alex Bregman, the shortstop, drifts back, and one away. Astros starting defense is presented by Xfinity. Jake Marisnick will patrol center field tonight. Josh Reddick gets the start in left and George Springer in right. You saw Alex Bregman make that play on the pop-up. He'll be at shortstop with Aledmys Diaz at third. Jose Altuve is the second baseman, and Yuli Gurriel over at first. Every start and every inning this season has been caught by Robinson Chirinos for Justin Verlander. Verlander will now face Brian Goodwin. Goodwin hitting .333 this year against the Astros. Swinging a foul tip.
95 in the first inning from Justin Verlander, feeling it, understanding the situation, not just for his ball club, but for the legacy and the season.
That ball hit pretty well to right, sending Springer back. George looking up, and it is gone. Home run to right field off the bat of Brian Goodwin. Adds to his career high total. That's now 17 home runs on the year.
There was a slider, I believe, that caught a lot of the plate. Brian Goodwin just dropped the head on this one. Take a peek at it on our MD Anderson strike zone. High fastball to get that strike. Nope, breaking ball. 80 miles an hour right down the heart of the plate. And Goodwin put a charge into it here off the scoreboard.
In the past, that used to be in play.
Yep.
Made that change to make it a little more homer friendly to right here as Pujols lines one to left. Reddick doesn't have to move very far. And that's the second out of the inning. Time now to look at tonight's Chevy Stroh poll for the evening. It involves the Cy Young Award race and also who's going to start game one of the postseason. So here are your four choices. Choose the Cy Young winner and who starts the first game of the ALDS. You've got JV with both. Verlander winning Cy Young, Cole the #1 starter. Cole with both, or the other way around. Cole wins Cy Young and JV gets the #1 start in the postseason. Send your votes to @AT&T Sportsnet SW. Last time we did a Verlander versus Cole Cy Young vote, it was close to 50-50 the whole time. Here's Cole Calhoun. Calhoun rips a single into left center field. Second hit of the inning allowed by Verlander, and the Angels continue to give him tough at-bats this year.
They're the third toughest team in Major League Baseball to strike out. So it is going to be a challenge if either he or Cole go out here and rack up strikeouts. It's because they've had to earn it. But it seems like they are aggressive early in the count, trying to stay away from that 2-strike count from Justin Verlander.
Verlander, in winning his 20th game on clinch day on Sunday at Minute Maid Park, struck out 5 Angels in 5 innings. Here's Andrelton Simmons. He did say after that game he can't go into this start thinking about strikeouts because that's when he feels like he gets himself in trouble. Just got to pitch his game and find the strikeouts where they come. But you're right, early on, very aggressive from the Angels. So Verlander, who kind of is the king of making those in-game adjustments, may change things around second time through if he sees a lot of first pitch or early swinging. Simmons takes that pitch a little bit inside. It's 2-0.
Got a lot of the plate.
That is popped up. Could be playable. Chirinos has a shot at it and puts it away. That's the final out of the inning, but the Angels score on the home run by Goodwin. It's 1-0.
Series with Astros bases loaded playoff preview edition. We'll have interviews and insight from the Astros and our AT&T Sportsnet team. Tune in Thursday, October 3rd at 2 p.m. for the playoff preview special. It's only on AT&T Sportsnet. TK?
All right, Julia, we'll look forward to that. Following day, the Astros will play Game 1 of the ALDS at Minute Maid Park. Astros will host the winner of the wild card game between Tampa Bay and Oakland. That game, the site of that game still to be determined, though Oakland only needs to win one more game over their next 2 in Seattle to wrap up home field advantage. Here's Yordan Alvarez leading off the second inning. Astros down 1-0. Yordan comes in having reached in 29 consecutive games. His lefty-righty splits have been almost dead even in his rookie season as he takes a breaking ball for a strike from Suarez. Suarez just 21. It's a lot of his strikeouts with the changeup. Even against lefties, he'll throw that changeup.
Threw a lot of fastballs last time out. 8 changeups in the 34 that he threw in the 2 innings the last time he was on the mound against the Astros.
All 3 times he's faced Houston this year, it's been at Minute Maid Park. Has not faced them here in Angels Stadium this season.
It's probably benefited him. 7.99 ERA here at the Big A.
Close, but a good take as it turns out. And Alvarez now has a full count after being down 0-2.
It's a good sign if Alvarez is able to take those pitches just off the outside corner and increase his opportunity to get a pitch in the zone. That gives you an idea how much he likes the off-speed. Curveball right there.
Curveball for a strikeout. Suarez has retired the first 4 batters. A couple of strikeouts. Here's Yuli. Yuli looking for his first hit of this road trip, and he's another guy that has a chance to get to 300. Altuve with that fly out his first time up is a 294, but Yuli came into this trip at 305. He's now at 299.
comes in with a team high 40 doubles on the season. There's a good breaking ball that catches the outside corner. It's 2-1. That ball popped up on the infield. Andrelton Simmons, the shortstop, puts it away for the second out.
Suarez doing a good job with the off speed, keeping the Astros off balance, even though they've worked into a couple of fastball counts. He hasn't given in and thrown the fastball when they're looking for it, catching a couple of these hitters out in front or too late.
Now he'll face Aledmys Diaz. Diaz on a good run lately. Last 6 games, 9 for 22, including 5 runs batted in. And Aledmys strokes one to left field, but going back, Taylor Ward near the track, reaches up and makes a phenomenal catch as he crashes into the wall. Excellent play by a guy learning to play the outfield this year, Taylor Ward.
Very nice play to left field, playing deep back there, getting to the wall, and nice catch.
By GulloAuto.com. An Astros fan here at Angels Stadium. A little ice cream treat in that.
Oh yeah, get some Dippin' Dots in the helmet. Souvenir piece.
Angels about to reach 3 million fans. Once again, that would be 17 consecutive seasons to reach 3 million in tickets sold. Only the Angels and the Yankees have done that every year since 2003. Here's Kevin Smith leading off against Justin Verlander, and JV gets that strike on the outside corner. Verlander gets to his first 2-strike count of the evening. Did not have any in that first inning. Only threw 11 pitches with a very aggressive Angels lineup.
A couple of good fastballs, though. First pitch on that outside corner and then up and in. Works himself ahead. Tried to tie him up again. Kevin Smith fighting. It's always been one of the more unique traits of a guy like Verlander and Cole, how aggressive they are with their fastball, even in 2-strike counts.
Called third strike. There's the first one of the evening for Justin Verlander.
Pretty wicked changeup. Let's dial it back to last year on May 16th when he picked up 2,500, getting Shohei Ohtani. That was 2,500, 2,500 strikeout for Justin Verlander. Complete game shutout right here in Anaheim. Astros winning 2-0. So pretty quick pace that he is on to get to that 3,000 mark, hopefully.
Yeah, remarkable that you can have 2,500 in mid-May the year before and have a shot at 3,000 in your final start of 2019. Verlander has been very firm with the fastball early. Seeing a lot of 95s as Jared Walsh bats with an 0-1 count.
Jared Walsh up there against Justin Verlander, and the shift is on. It's presented by Geico. You can see Altuve in shallow right field. With the way he's positioned out there, it's kind of moving George Springer to that right center field gap. A little more coverage on that right side against Jared Walsh.
Walsh tripled against Verlander last time He pitched against the Angels at Minute Maid Park his last start. Back-to-back triples by Walsh and Hermosillo that scored one of the runs for the Angels in that 13-5 clincher. Verlander would allow 2 runs in 5 innings. Verlander's first start of the month was September 1st through a no-hitter at Toronto. And all of his starts since that no-hitter have been at home until tonight. He starts and ends the month with road starts and a chance to pick up a milestone in his final start of the season. Swing and a miss. That's 2 strikeouts for Verlander. That matches his career high for a single season with 290.
Pretty impressive too, and that was a little more intent behind that slider. It was a sharp down and in break to get that swing and miss from Jared Walsh. You'll see it right here on Mattress Firm Supermo, getting on the side, pulling down, getting the depth to get it underneath the hands of Walsh. Great pitch. If he gets the feel for that pitch and he's able to be consistent down and in, that would be impressive. Been getting a lot of texts from friends here in Southern California thanking me for bringing the Seattle weather down.
Yeah, what's going on, Blummer?
I have no idea.
This is like a heavy storm here, right?
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of drivers heading for the garages right now.
1-1 to count. Saw the light misting rain falling here at Angel Stadium. Ward, who was just recalled when rosters expanded on September 1st. 1 for 5 against Verlander with 3 strikeouts. JV setting his career high with 290 strikeouts last year. There's the JMI.
She's prepared. Got to give her credit.
Not sure what happened there, but pitch went to the backstop. 3-1.
Yeah, I'm just glad it avoided Larry Vanover back there unprotected.
Chirinos and Vanover having a little conversation here. Verlander at age 35 last year setting his career mark for strikeouts with 290, and he's matched it again at age 36. Now he's 3-2 on Taylor Ward. After not getting to a 2-strike count in the first inning, JV's got a chance to strike out the side in the second. Actually going to tarp the bullpen mounds. I didn't even know they had tarps out here.
Oh, that's weird. Speaking of tarps, they have human tarps.
Called third strike. Justin Verlander strikes out the side and sets a new career mark for strikeouts in a season with 291. 3 away from 3,000.
No Player Does More is presented by HEB. Looking at Josh Reddick's couple of 5-hit games he's had this month. That's right, in the month of September. He's had 2 now. Had 1 against Kansas City earlier this month, and then a couple of nights ago led this series off with a 5-hit night. First of his career, now second of his career. Pretty impressive stuff for Josh, who was really struggling. If you remember a couple of months ago, he was trying to find his way out of a pretty bad slump. He worked really hard, got advice from a lot of different guys, and he said, usually in my career when I go through slumps, when I get out of them, I come out hot. So I knew it was going to finally get to that point. It was just a matter of staying positive, and I surrounded myself with positive people. He mentioned George Springer, Michael Brantley being guys that were huge, very supportive of him, said keep your head above water by just helping you daily just to stay positive and know you're going to get that hit. Well, he's had a few of them now, guys.
You have 2 5-hit games in less than 2 weeks.
Just got to wear the right pants. Yeah, you know what's interesting about that is the 2 5-hit games, 10 hits. He has 20 hits total on the month.
How about that?
10 in 2 games. But he's hitting .345 on the month, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah, he's seen some big games on these road trips. The Sunday game in Kansas City, and then 5 consecutive hits in that start on Thursday night here in Anaheim. Got the day off last night. As he goes down swinging, Jose Suarez continues to baffle Astros hitters. He has retired the first 7 and has 3 strikeouts.
Yeah, I think Suarez slowing things down is really maybe frustrating the Astros in these first couple of at-bats. Not what they anticipated. Some waves and missed instead of swings and miss.
Not many fastballs at all, huh?
11 fastballs, 8 changeups, 5 curveballs. I believe that was a 4th slider.
So 11 of 27, now 12 of 28 fastballs delivered tonight as Robinson Chirinos bats.
But you were also mentioning, too, his velocity is a little bit different from last time we saw him. You mentioned it in between innings. He's averaging around 92 miles an hour in the 2 innings he faced the Astros in the previous outing. But right here, that velocity, that last fastball was at 89.
Well, they're restricting his pitch counts and his innings late. He has not thrown more than 60 pitches in any of his last 3 outings. But the way he's going today, he has been very efficient. That was just his 30th pitch. He already has 7 outs in the game.
20 of those in the strike zone. So efficient and in the zone.
Chirinos lines one to third. Caleb Coward is there. Chirinos retired for the 2nd out.
October is almost here, which means the Houston Open is right around the corner. Ticket options for the week-long event beginning October 7th include daily general admission tickets, week-long tickets, and premium ticket packages. Proceeds from this year's tournament benefit the Astros Foundation. To purchase ticket packages, visit HoustonOpenGolf.com.
Here's Jake Marisnick. Jake getting a start tonight in center field. And takes the breaking ball for a strike. Now beats him with a fastball up and away, and Suarez ahead of the count 0-2. One, 2, 3 inning once again. Jose Suarez rolling along, 4 strikeouts. He's retired the first 9.
This hometown moment is presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield. Let's check out Justin Verlander in the 2017 ALCS versus the Yankees at Minute Maid Park. 16 innings pitched, and you know which strikeout of those 21 is my favorite. It's coming up. Only had 2 walks. Here it is. That is a tough at-bat right there, and everybody was feeling jovial about the way he was going out there and pitching. 16 innings, 1 earned run. The ace of the staff carrying the Astros through that ALCS, winning the MVP.
Great postseason numbers for Verlander to go along with everything else in his Hall of Fame career. He'll face the number 9 hitter, Caleb Cowart, to start the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Verlander has had his way with Cowart for the most part. 1 for 9 in his career against Verlander with 7 strikeouts.
It'll be Cowart, then the top of the order, David Fletcher and Brian Goodwin. Verlander starting with 2,997 strikeouts in his career. And he's ahead of Cowart, 0-2. Went from not getting a 2-strike count to the first 5 batters in the first inning to striking out the side in the second.
Yeah, but it goes back to what you mentioned in that first inning, how aggressive the Angels were, and will he make the adjustment? And he made the adjustment definitely in that second inning, going out there and getting 3 punch-outs.
Give him another one, 4 on the night. He's now 2 away from 3,000. Verlander strikes out Cowart. That is 4 consecutive strikeouts.
That is that slider, that power slider we talk about. He has found that groove, that slot, that arm slot and release point. It's been amazing watching him go out all year long with the stuff that he has, the fastball, curveball, slider. He even has a strikeout with a changeup in this ball game. But sometimes we see some of these hitters miss by a lot.
This will be the toughest guy in this lineup to strike out. He and Andrelton Simmons, very difficult strikeouts. David Fletcher popped up to short his first time up.
And this will probably be where he has to make the biggest adjustment against the top part of this order for the Angels.
Gets that call on the outside edge, and JV now ahead 0-2. Mentioned the 2,500 strikeout here last year at Angel Stadium against Shohei Ohtani. Career strikeout number 1,000 came against A.J. Pierzynski back in 2011 in April. Got Eddie Rosario for career strikeout number 2,000 in May of 2016. Fletcher sends one to left. Josh Reddick closing in towards the line and will put it away for the second out of the inning. So some other notable strikeouts of his 2,998 in his career. Shin-Soo Choo has struck out the most, 39 times. The Indians by far the most strikeouts as a team against Verlander. Next closest, the White Sox with 276. He has struck out the number 2 hitter in the lineup, more than any other hitter in his career. He has 361 strikeouts against the 2-hitter. Here is the 2-hitter, Brian Goodwin, who hit one out his first time up. Goodwin hitting his 17th home run of the year on a breaking ball in the first inning to give the Angels the lone run in this game. Verlander pumping strikes this inning. It's 0-2.
Good deception on that changeup, too. He got Brian Goodwin well out in front.
He's thrown 9 pitches in the inning. They've all been strikes. Swing and a miss. Justin Verlander picks up 2 strikeouts in the third. He is now 1 away from becoming the 18th pitcher ever with 3,000. Astros Foundation invites you to join the Volunteer Corps and give back to the Houston community through various volunteer opportunities, including game day activities at Minute Maid Park, craft parties at local hospitals, and much more. For more information and to sign up, visit astros.com/volunteer. George Springer leading off for the Astros, who do not have a base runner yet through 3 innings against Jose Suarez. George sends a high fly ball on the first pitch to left field, tosses the bat away because he knows he didn't get all of that one as Taylor Ward puts it away for the first out.
This moment in history is driven by Mercedes-Benz. Jose Altuve coming up, 2 hits in the season finale back on September 28th of 2014. Winning the batting title and a team record 225 hits. A lot of controversy around that. Would he play? Would he not play? Eventually, Jose Altuve getting in there and getting a couple of knocks. Did a great job that season. That's when that 200-plus hit parade began for Jose Altuve.
Guys, what I remember about that season is he became to be one of the best hitters in the major leagues that year. Remember all the changes that he made to his, where there was a leg kick and trying to get his timing together. Then he lost some weight. It was just, it felt like that was a big year for him, just trying to figure out who he was going to be and what he was going to look like and what his playing weight was. Remember, his stolen bases went up after that. He really just committed himself to the game, it felt like, that year. So he was very proud of himself with the numbers that he was able to put up by the end of 2014.
Yeah, remarkable year. It was the start of 5 consecutive seasons of hitting 300 or better. That is in jeopardy right now with a 294 mark on the second to last day of the season. You can already tell, though, the amount of respect with Altuve and the guy on the mound, Suarez, who's from Venezuela. Altuve called time late after the 1-0, or after the first pitch, and Altuve said, "My bad," to Suarez, and Suarez like, "Hey, no problem, do what you want. You're a legend."
Yeah, he is.
Now back it's 3-1.
He's done so many great things in his career, and early on, like Julie was saying, he was a speed guy. He has 6 seasons of 30-plus stolen bases, but in that season that Julie was talking about, where he really worked on getting in shape, getting those legs right, stole 56 bags. Only got caught 9 times.
Fouled off the 3-0, and now 3-1 pitches.
And now he's a 30-home run guy.
How about it?
Speaking of legs and using those things, getting on them and driving baseballs all over the place.
24 home runs in 2017, 24 home runs in 2016. And 30 in 2019. Leads all Major League second basemen. That ball's ripped past the glove of Suarez into center field. Jose Altuve, the first base runner of the night for the Astros, a single into center.
Good piece of hitting. Got that fastball out over the plate. Return to sender. Good piece of hitting. See, that baseball got on him a little bit deeper than normal.
Here's Alex Bregman. Alex underneath this one, pops it up. Second baseman David Fletcher had a long way to go in the shift, but he gets there for the second out. Notice that general manager Jeff Luhnow just made his way down to his first row seat behind the Astros dugout. He might want to get a little closer look at a little history next half inning. Verlander sitting at 2,999, and there's Jeff Luhnow. He's looking for his team to win one more game to wrap up home field advantage throughout the postseason. They already have it through the American League side of the playoffs. Pitch down to Yordan Alvarez. Yordan struck out his first time up. Crazy part about the comparisons to 2017 and 18's playoff teams to this year is Carlos Beltran had a nice year in 2017 as a DH. Evan Gattis, the primary DH last year in 2018, had a nice year. Nobody came close to doing what Yordan's been doing in the DH spot in 2019. From the time he came up on June the 9th, he has been right in the middle of that lineup, either as a 4 or 5 hitter. He's in the cleanup spot tonight.
Yeah, I think he's pretty much established himself as a permanent threat if he has a bat in his hand and he's standing in that box.
Hit hard on the ground into the shift. And Fletcher makes the play on Alvarez to end the fourth. One hit, one man left on base. JV needs one strikeout for 3,000.
Justin Verlander starts the inning with 5 strikeouts. 2,999 in his career. When his idol growing up, Nolan Ryan, picked up his 3,000th strikeout in 1980, he was just the 4th pitcher ever to reach that mark. Verlander trying to become the 18th pitcher with 3,000. And Pujols drives one to deep center field. Marisnick all the way back. Jake has room right in front of the wall in center. And Pujols retired for the first out of the 4th.
This would have been too much to strike out the other Hall of Famer for that one number, right?
Pujols wasn't going to try and get to a strike or 2 in that count.
Got a pretty good pitch to hit, put a charge into it. I'm not sure if he thought he got this, but on this cool evening, ball didn't carry very much. And Jake Marisnick out there playing behind Justin Verlander a lot this season. Covers a lot of ground.
Little glance from one Hall of Famer to the other.
Yep.
Well, here's the guy that Verlander has struck out more than anybody in the Angels lineup. Cole Calhoun, a base hit his first time up, now 9 for 51 against JV, but 25 strikeouts. Verlander trying to do something that even his idol Nolan Ryan never did, or any other pitcher in the history of the game, and that is have a no-hitter thrown in the same season that he picks up career strikeout number 3,000. Pitch is a swing and a miss on the fastball. It's 2-1. There's a called strike. Verlander struck out the side in the second. 2 more strikeouts last inning. And now 1 pitch away. Swing and a miss. Ball gets away. That's 3,000 strikeouts, and Calhoun's going to reach. Verlander reaches 3,000 strikeouts, and Calhoun reaches on a ball in the dirt. 18th pitcher ever to get to 3,000 strikeouts.
That is not how I envisioned it happening, but congratulations to Justin Verlander on number 3,000. The 18th pitcher in history to achieve that mark.
Here's Andrelton Simmons. Kind of a buzzkill, though. You got a strikeout, and 3,000th strikeout victim reaches base.
The oddities of baseball. You can reach legendary status, and the guy can get on base.
Simmons drives one deep to left center field, all the way back. Jake near the wall, gone. 2-run home run by Andrelton Simmons. And the strikeout victim for number 3,000 comes in to score a run. It's now a 3-0 game as Calhoun crosses in front. of the Angels shortstop.
Baseball is a wicked game. Justin Verlander getting to 3,000. The runner gets on base. And then Drelton Simmons literally hits one about neck high out to left center field. That is the 36th home run that Justin Verlander has given up this season. Not gonna lie to you, I'm a little upset.
Yeah, second one tonight, accounting for all 3 runs.
Just the excitement about watching history at 3,000 strikeouts that only 18 major league pitchers have done in their careers, and he ends up on base and scoring.
Now Smith punches one to right, coming on George, and it'll be a tough play. Nobody can get there. Altuve racing out and Springer racing in. 3 consecutive batters reach base for the Angels as Smith, a little flare single to right.
And here it is, number 3,000. Tough to tell what happened right there, but it was a slider down and in. And the excitement of 3,000, and then watching the runner get to first in the disbelief.
Verlander in the same stadium where he struck out his 2,500th batter. Gets number 3,000. 4th fewest innings ever to get to 3,000 strikeouts. The 4th pitcher ever have less than 3,000 innings pitched and 3,000 strikeouts. Randy Johnson, Pedro Martinez, the aforementioned Nolan Ryan, and now Justin Verlander. Pretty good company. Now his focus after getting to 3,000 is trying to win this game, and he finds himself in a 3-0 hole. And he's got a lot of guys he can pass on that list next year based on his last 2 seasons of 290 and now over 290 this season.
Well, if he continues on this trend of aging nicely and being able to strike a lot of hitters out, this is back-to-back seasons where he set new career highs for a season in strikeouts. He should race by a couple of those guys on that list.
All of them that we saw there on that list he should get by with. Even a lower strikeout season next year. Swing and a miss as he gets Walsh. 6 strikeouts, and now he starts on his next 100 or 1,000. It's 3,001. He also has a shot to get to 300 on the season with 5 more.
Got that one with the traditional breaking ball.
Breaking ball for a strike to Taylor Ward. When Verlander made his major league debut in the 2005 season, the then 22-year-old made just 2 starts coming out of Old Dominion, and both of those starts he had the same catcher, Vance Wilson. But from that 2-start season all the way to this year, he's never gone an entire season with the same catcher for every start. Until Robinson Chirinos has caught him every inning here in 2019. So you know it's eating up Robbie right now that he was not able to smother that pitch on strikeout number 3,000. JV ends up striking out 3 in the inning, including 1 that reached base. It's 3-0 Angels.
play is presented by Toyota. We just saw Justin Verlander get hugged by every single guy in that dugout after reaching 3,000. But that's what this team does. They root for each other. We saw it last night, too. See, Michael Brantley hit a big home run. He'd been scuffing a little bit. The teammates love seeing him contribute and be such a big part of this, but especially when he's been struggling. Garrett Cole was so excited to see immaculate inning thrown by Will Harris. And then, of course, Cole gets so much love from those guys as well for what he's been able to do, hitting 300 strikeouts recently. They're just genuinely happy for one another. We've even seen them compete against each other, but they love doing that too because it makes them better. And then, of course, like I mentioned off the top, Verlander spending time to hug every single guy down there after reaching 3,000 strikeouts in his career. TK.
Quite a moment for Verlander. Future Hall of Famer who picked up his 3rd career no-hitter earlier this season, now adds 3,000 strikeouts to his incredible career. Here's Yuli. Astros down 3-0 now. Yuli, Aledmys Diaz, and Josh Reddick in the 5th inning.
As a player, understanding how hard it is to get to the big leagues, even harder to stay in the big leagues, and then being able to witness history on the same team and have that guy in your dugout, it's a pretty big deal. And it's great to see those guys recognize it because it's not, you could play for 15 years in the show and not be able to witness history on your own team. But these guys have had an opportunity to see guys reach some milestones and potentially say they've played on the same team with a Hall of Famer or a couple of them.
When you consider what Verlander has done in his first and his last start of the month of September, 1 of 6 with 3 no-hitters and now 1 of 18 with 3,000.
There you go.
An incredible team with some amazing milestones being reached. The one they still have to check off the team list is that #1 seed throughout the playoffs, including ending up with a better mark than the LA Dodgers, who won earlier today. If the Astros lose, they'll have the same record as the Dodgers. Need just one more win or one more Dodgers loss. The ball towards the line and unable to come up with it is Caleb Coward on the backhand attempt. Yuli, with his first hit of this road trip, snaps an 0 for 12.
Coward got there, but just a little bit out of his reach and unable to get the feet set to make that play. Yuli benefits, much needed hit.
Here's Aledmys Diaz. He hit the ball as hard as any Astro tonight when he hit one to the wall and left. Taylor Ward made a great play on a catch against the wall. Only the 2nd hit allowed by Suarez tonight. He's fallen behind Diaz 2-0.
Yeah, time now for the Astros after witnessing history to go out there and protect Justin Verlander, score some runs, get him that W.
That's low. 3-0.
Good take on the 2-0 changeup.
Even with that hit by Yuli, he's still at 299. But a little bit closer to that 300 mark for the season.
Diaz a little out ahead of that one.
Well, normally they've had Suarez on a shorter leash his last few outings of 60 pitches. He's about to make his 60th pitch tonight, and they don't have any bullpen action going. So maybe Brad Ausmus, in his final start of the year, giving him a little longer leash to work with. Been very effective so far tonight as Diaz sends one to left field. Again, Ward going back, and this time he eases up before he gets to the warning track. Diaz has hit the ball to deep left field a couple of times tonight, and he's 0 for 2.
2020 Astros season tickets are on sale now. Enjoy some of the best seats and exclusive benefits throughout the season, and buy your tickets today to secure postseason tickets for October. For tickets and more information, visit astros.com/season tickets or call 1-877-9-ASTROS today.
Here's Josh Reddick, who struck out his first time up. Reddick started the first game of this series against the righty Jaime Barria. Getting the start tonight against the lefty. He's been better overall against lefties this season, but he hasn't really played too much against lefties in September. It seems like Kyle Tucker's gotten the majority of the starts, and the Astros have faced a left-handed pitcher. Reddick on the season coming in as a .315 hitter against lefties. Down on the count, 1-2. Couple of hits tonight, both singles for Houston. Nobody has reached second base. The Angels went a whole game last night without anybody reaching second base. Reddick goes down swinging for the second time. That's now 5 strikeouts for Suarez, 2 outs in the 5th.
Suarez must be a little more deceptive, doing a good job against left-handers on the season coming into this game at .213, but he's been effective against Alvarez and Reddick, 2 lefties in this lineup. Looks like they're picking the ball up a little bit late.
Here's Robinson Chirinos. He lined out to third his first time up. Chirinos establishing a new career high, playing in his 114th game of the season. He played in 113 last year.
Interesting.
Yeah, he's checked Yuli a couple of times.
Yeah, I thought, first time, okay. But judging by Yuli's lead, or lack of, as a left-handed pitcher, you got to kind of look over there. He did give Kevin Smith, the catcher, gave him the pickoff sign. That's why I was curious if he was going to follow through on it. Going to try and elevate on Chirinos right here.
Pick up a called strike. It's 1-2.
Good location on that fastball up and in. Still got one more. Robinson. Get that mistake. Drive it.
Runner on the go, and Yuli's going to pick up a stolen base.
There you go. Lulled him to sleep.
Yuli with his 5th steal of the year.
Picked a good pitch to run on, too. So the Angels could sense it, but Yuli did a better job of disguising when he was going to go because he had both hands on his knees, and usually a runner that has his hands on his knees isn't a guy who looks like he's intent to steal that bag. Good sell.
Now see if Robbie can get the Astros on the board as he will hit with a runner in scoring position for the first time for the Astros tonight. Chirinos played in the ALDS twice with the Rangers, 2015 and 16. He'll make his 3rd postseason appearance next Friday. He has never participated in an ALCS or any CS. Stays alive at 2-2. But here's a guy we talked about, Verlander getting better with age. He'd never played more games than he did last year at age 34. Now his age 35 season, he sets another mark for games played. And he has been Verlander's personal catcher all season long. Down and in, the count goes to 3-2. .43 of 66 strikeouts coming into tonight for Suarez. We're on the changeup. Chirinos takes low, ball 4. The Astros will bring the tying run to the plate here in the 5th inning with 2 outs.
Good at bat by Chirinos. Wasn't happy about that second strike up and in, but did a good job of battling back, laying off some pitches, earning that walk.
Chirinos with his 49th walk leads All-American League catchers in that category. Here's Jake. Jake struck out swinging his first time up. Hitting .320 on the year against the Angels, 8 for 25. Much more pleasant experience this time in Anaheim for Jake Marisnick than last time, with the residual effects of a collision at home plate with then Angels catcher Jonathan Lucroy. Jake would serve a suspension. Angels fans got on him pretty hard. He ended up having a big series in that second series back out of the All-Star break.
Kind of fired the Astros up too as a team. Noe Ramirez throwing at him.
Jake handled it incredibly well.
Yeah, as good as anybody could have. He knew he was going to take the hit by pitch, and it ended up being right around the shoulder blades, up around his name, but he understood it, didn't make much out of it, went to first base and moved on.
And to me, that's why the Astros had the biggest beat. They pretty much anticipated he might get hit, but when it's up near the head, that's when you start to say, whoa.
Yeah, and I'm not saying the intent from Noe Ramirez was to get up around that neck area, but you watch a couple of the replays and you kind of wonder a little bit. But yeah, as soon as it gets up towards that neck head area, all of a sudden you're going to get a lot of disdain from that opposing dugout.
Marisnick strikes out. 2 runners left on base. We're halfway home. It's 3-0 Angels.
Texas Power Pitcher is presented by your local Ford dealers. Garrett Cole and Justin Verlander, an absolute force in this rotation for the Houston Astros. 27 combined starts since the All-Star break. They are 20-2 with a 1.84, combining for 281 strikeouts and only 31 walks. The dynamic duo looking to take those numbers into the postseason. Verlander trying to finish off his last start of the season. Garrett Cole will go tomorrow.
That one's popped up foul, headed towards the crowd. Chirinos gives it a look, but it's out of play.
Dynamic duos right there. Randy Johnson and Kurt Schilling on that board twice. 0-1, 0-2, and then just behind Nolan Ryan and Bill Singer, Garrett Cole and Justin Verlander. Verlander trying to get to 300. Pretty impressive stuff for Garrett Cole and Justin Verlander, having a magnificent 2019.
Caleb Coward, who struck out swinging his first time up, down in the count 0-2. Verlander's had 3 strikeouts in 2 different innings. Didn't have any strikeouts in the first. Now he's up to 8 through 4. Well, Verlander kept piling on to his favorite totals. Most strikeouts of any month in his career have been in September. He adds 8 more to that, plus whatever else he gets tonight. Most strikeouts in his career in any inning. The second inning, and he struck out the side. All 3 batters he faced in the second. Up to 3,002 strikeouts. Swing and a miss. Verlander up to 9. He's now just 3 away from 300 on the season.
Some of the starter ranks for Justin Verlander since he joined the Astros late in 2017. 41 starts, 469 in the 3rd innings pitched. An opponent batting average at 183. Again, incredible whip numbers, and how about strikeouts? 630 strikeouts as a Houston Astro.
Saw a lot of firsts on that graphic.
And those are the ones I was going to, and I still didn't have enough time to read them all.
Verlander retiring Caleb Coward has now retired the first hitter of every inning. With all his other accomplishments, Verlander is going to lead the major leagues in that category. Coming in at 79.6% of first batters retired.
The best in all of baseball. He's 5 for 5 tonight. Fletcher, first batter of the game that faced Verlander, has popped up and flied out to left. Down the count 0-2. Not only is Fletcher the best at contact percentage, he's also got the best batting average with 2 strikes in the major leagues. It's been a tough out for the Astros this year. He goes down swinging here. A rare strikeout for David Fletcher. That is now a double-digit strikeout game for Justin Verlander, and he's now 2 away from 300 on the year.
Pretty impressive stuff, rattling off the K's after not striking out anybody in that first inning, but kind of fooled Fletcher with the slider up in the zone. Fletcher might have been waiting for a little bit more depth. Tried to wave at it and fend it off and ends up striking out. Found his weakness. Up and way off the plate.
Here's Brian Goodwin, who struck out on a changeup his last time up. He also hit a home run. Takes a fastball up. Well, we didn't think for about the first 2 or 3 months of the season that Verlander could get to 3,000 just based on the pace he was on. And then he came out after the All-Star break, and he started rolling. In his second start after the All-Star break, he began a stretch of 7 consecutive starts, striking out 10 or more. Then all of a sudden, 300 not only became a possibility, but a strong reality, as it turns out. He picks up another double-digit strikeout game tonight. Gives him 13 on the season, including those 7 in a row, which at the time was a franchise record and has now been bettered by Garrett Cole, who has 8 straight going into tomorrow. September has always been his best month. Tonight, a rare blip where he's allowed a couple of home runs and 3 runs in the first 5 innings. 2-2 on Goodwin. Ball loops, slicing, and that'll be foul. Angels need one more win to avoid their first 90-loss season in 20 years. It's been a difficult season on and off the field for Brad Ausmus and his team. Swing and a miss. Verlander with 11 strikeouts, all in the last 4 innings. He strikes out the side for the second time tonight. Astros baseball on AT&T Sportsnet is presented by Rooms to Go. Furnish your home to perfection for just $20 or less per month, plus interest-free financing. And by BSB. Brown Sugar Bourbon. You can't spell baseball without BSB. Astros looking for a little offense tonight, down 3-0. They'll have the top of the lineup due up for the 3rd consecutive time through the lineup. The 3rd time through the lineup, that is. It's George Springer, who is grounded out and flied out to left, will lead things off. Angels start the inning with double barrel bullpen action going. As Jose Suarez, who's been very effective, also is getting close to 80 pitches on the night. He's not a guy that's really been extended here over the last month and a half. Counts 1-1 on George. George came into this game 3 for 5 with a home run against Suarez, but he's 0 for 2 tonight.
This has got to be the time, right, where they figure out Suarez and get to him.
3rd time through.
It's usually that monumental time through the order where teams worry about their pitchers getting through.
Springer slices one deep to right field. Calhoun, a diving attempt in foul territory. We'll get a nice hand from the crowd out there. It goes as a foul ball. It's 2-2 on Springer.
Game 161, and he's laying out Almost going head first into the stands over there. Pretty gutsy attempt, trying to help out Suarez, keep Springer off the base paths.
George still an outside shot to get to 40 home runs on the season. Sitting at 38 right now, tied for 5th in the American League. Takes that one down. It's 3-2. Springer, Altuve, and Bregman. Astros looking to get things going against Suarez, who has kept them off balance all night long. Just a couple of singles and a walk. There is the second walk allowed. So George, a leadoff base runner here in the 6th inning.
I would imagine Brad Ausmus is going to keep a close eye on Suarez and how many base runners are on the field. Looks like Kyle Tucker's going to come in and pinch run for George Springer.
Springer's evening is over. He will end up 0 for 2 with that walk. The highest pitch count on the year for Suarez was against the Astros on August the 23rd when he threw 92 pitches in that game at Minute Maid Park over 4 2/3 innings. So he's probably batter to batter here with Jose Altuve, who singled past the mound his last time up.
Yeah, I would imagine if Jose gets on, or 2 runners get on, might be the end of Suarez.
Alberto Mejia, the lefty, warming up. Bard was the righty warming up for the Angels.
If you had to look ahead a little bit, if Jose Altuve gets on, I would imagine Luke Bard comes in to face Alex Bregman, and then Mejia would be getting ready for Alvarez.
It makes sense based on what we've seen from Brad Ausmus in this series and really all season long.
And you'll see managers stretch these guys out and give them an opportunity to get deep into these ball games, but they don't want them to come out with the potential of losing the game.
That ball's drilled deep to left center field towards the rocks, and gone! Jose Altuve! Home run number 31 on the year. Makes it a 1-run game on the 2-run home run to left center.
Great swing by Jose. Base hit up the middle in that second at bat. The first at bat, he just missed one. But that is the pitch, and that is the swing that is going to knock Jose Suarez out of this game. A mistake up and in, and Altuve gets to it in a hurry and turns on it.
And Suarez knew it as soon as his fellow Venezuelan put a swing on that pitch. You can see his reaction on the mound. And Suarez, after a great night, will leave after the 2-run home run here in the 6th inning. We'll have a pitching change when we come back.
You know who that Astro is. You know you need to go to @AT&T Sportsnet SW and tell us who you think that Astro is. Presented by Nissan. Stay tuned also when we reveal that Astro. New pitcher on the bump for the Angels. His right-hander we were talking about. We were talking about this matchup, Luke Bard and Alex Bregman.
Well, Bard coming in to face Bregman, who was 0 for 2 tonight. See his numbers on the year. Luke Bard will be slider more than fastball against right-hand hitters. Slider comes in around 86, the fastball around 94. He starts off Bregman with a fastball away. It's 1-0. Alex, starting the night, had reached base in 36 consecutive road games.
.387 batting average during that long stretch with an on-base percentage over 500. There's the slider, which misses. It's 2-0. AJ has given various guys days off here on this final road trip of the year. Alex, his version of a day off is getting to DH the first game of the series. He wanted to play every game possible. He knows what's at stake. He closes in on the WAR numbers of Mike Trout. Already leads the American League in walks. Has a 3-0 count here. Ball 4, 4-pitch walk. Alex Bregman reaches on his 116th walk of the season. We'll bring up Yordan Alvarez. Yordan has struck out and grounded out. Yordan going after that slider. There's a fastball at the knees for a strike. 0-2. Astros down 3-2. A 2-run home run by Jose Altuve getting them back in this game.
Got the fastball in, didn't hit the location, but that's a tough pitch. 96 down and in for the big man Yordan Alvarez. If he's anticipating it, he might be able to get to it.
And the pitch misses up. A walk to Springer, a home run by Altuve. Bregman is drawing a walk. And Alvarez goes down on a slider in the dirt. Second time he has struck out tonight. One away in the 6th.
The MLB Ballpark app will complete your next visit to Minute Maid Park. Buy and manage game tickets, redeem special check-in offers, access exclusive content, and much more. Download the MLB Ballpark app today.
GM Jeff Luhnow looking on in this 3-2 contest. They've taken a peek up at the board and noticed that Yuli Gurriel is sitting at 299 with that hit his last time up. Altuve with his home run now up to 297.
And his OPS is at 899, Jose Altuve.
Oh, so close. Alex Bregman was dancing off first. Caused Luke Bard to step off the rubber.
Getting frisky.
Well, it's not a great 0-2 pitch by Suarez, but Altuve did some damage on that high pass ball. Yuli with that single that was backhanded by Cowart, but unable to make the play cleanly. Snapped an 0 for 12 on this road trip.
slider catches the inside corner. It's 1-2.
Barely. Just enough to get back on that edge of the plate.
Towards third, stays down on that last hop, and the throw is a good one by Coward, although picked nicely by Walsh at first. Ely retired for the second out. Bregman moves to second.
Only play was to first base by Caleb Cowart. Did a good job of getting himself in position to catch that and come across and make that throw. Got some help from Walsh.
Who turned into a two-way player this year, pitching and infield for Cowart, as he was mostly at the minor league level accomplishing that. Here's Aledmus Diaz. Aledmus has hit two balls pretty well, but both of them to left field. One of them a great catch by Taylor Ward. The other one was pretty deep as well. Two of the four hardest hit baseballs by an Astro tonight, as Diaz is hit on the left elbow. He's got a guard there, but he is not feeling too good after that hit by pitch.
That one squared him up pretty good. The velocity has been around 95, 96, but luckily it does catch that elbow guard squarely, so hopefully that absorbed a lot of the impact. So a little bit of a stinger to that left elbow of Aledmus Diaz. Should be able to walk that one off.
Jeremiah Randall, head athletic trainer out there, checking on Diaz. We know all 10 teams have been decided in the postseason. There's still some games to determine who's going to win the National League Central, and also who's going to be the home team in the American League wild card game. The A's need one more win either tonight or tomorrow, or a Tampa Bay loss to secure home field for the wild card game. The Brewers are winning their game 2-1 in Colorado. If Milwaukee wins, and the Cardinals are currently losing 8-6 heading to the bottom of the ninth, if the Cardinals lose and Milwaukee wins, the Brewers and Cardinals will be tied for first in the NL Central heading into the final game of the season. We do know this: the Astros will be home Friday and Saturday at Minute Maid Park, taking on the winner of that wild card game between Tampa Bay and Oakland. And games 3 and 4 will be on the road, and if necessary, game 5 back at Minute Maid Park. Here's Josh Reddick. After watching Aledmus Diaz get hit on that elbow, Bears bringing up that note on Josh Reddick. He may complete his 5th consecutive season, 2 games away from completing 5 straight years without being hit by a pitch.
How many years?
This would be 5 years in a row.
Unreal. He must be one of the most liked guys in all of baseball.
Outside for a ball at 2-1. And by accident, right? You're going to take a breaking ball or something?
I want to say, especially in this day and age where guys are trying to throw it as hard as they can, they're trying to spin it as much as they can, you figured one would just chase him and get him.
2014, the last time Reddick was hit by a pitch. This ball drilled deep to right field, and Josh Reddick has just given the Astros a lead. 3-run home run for Reddick. The Astros have scored 5 in the inning and lead it 5-3.
What a big swing from a veteran left-handed hitter in back-to-back nights. Josh Reddick is the man tonight. It was Michael Brantley last night. Big 3-run home run. 5 runs in this 6th inning now for the Houston Astros on that slider, coming right back into the swing of Josh Reddick as he hits a line drive out of this ballpark. Big swing.
Reddick, a 5-hit game to start this series. Day off last night and a big 3-run home run tonight. The Astros continue their streak of hitting a home run with 2 in this inning. 24 consecutive games the Astros have hit a home run, which extends a franchise record. Reddick hitting his 14th of the season. Long inning for Justin Verlander to wait, but he will take it with his offensive support, looking to win his 21st game of the year.
It's nice to see the Astros picking that offense up, scoring big in this 6th inning. Picking up Justin Verlander. We've seen games where it's been tough for him to go out there and pitch with minimal run support, but they're picking him up right now.
There've only been 2 hits in the inning. They've been big ones. Jose Altuve, a 2-run home run after a walk, and Josh Reddick, a 3-run home run after a walk and a hit batter. Chirinos has lined out and also drawn a walk. There's the trio of outfielders. George out of the game. Michael had the day off. And Josh enjoying that 3-run home run. Swing and a miss. Chirinos goes down swinging. That'll end the top of the 6th, but a big 5-run inning with 2 big swings by the Astros.
Jose Altuve with a 2-run shot off of Suarez, and then it was Josh Reddick, a 3-run jack to finish off that 5-run inning. Bank of Texas is going to feature Justin Verlander's strikeout prowess. First inning, didn't get a strikeout. Then he went to work with the fastball, the slider. The curveballs early in counts have been impressive also. But we've also seen a couple of changeups mixed in there, and Justin Verlander made the adjustment after that first inning, attacking these Angel hitters and creating the swing and miss. It has been a lot of fun as he cruised to that 3,000 mark and passed it. Now looking to get to that 300 threshold here in 2019. A big evening for Justin Verlander, whose offense picked him up in that last inning.
Working with a lead for the first time as a couple of Hall of Famers go head-to-head here. Verlander and Albert Pujols. Pujols is lined to center and flied out deep, or lined to left and flied out deep to center. Verlander did not get to a 2-strike count in the first inning. 5 hitters put the ball in play against him in the first, and since then 11 strikeouts in the last 4 innings. Pujols into right, new right fielder Kyle Tucker coming in, puts it away for the first out of the 6th inning. So Tucker, who pitch ran for George Springer, staying in the game in right field, and now Verlander will face Cole Calhoun. Calhoun, strikeout victim number 3,000 in JV's career, reached base on the wild pitch, and then would score a run on the next batter, Andrelton Simmons, hitting a 2-run home run. He's been on base twice, a single and a strikeout and a wild pitch. And he has scored a run. It's 0-1.
Cole Calhoun's upset with Larry Vanover calling that changeup for a strike. What he should be upset is the fact that Justin Verlander has another pitch to create a strike.
Not a lot of success for Calhoun against JV over the years as he misses the fastball, and now down to the count 0-2. Well, the guy who Verlander struck out for 3,000 can also be number 300 on the season. Trying to become the second teammates ever with Verlander and Cole to get to 300 strikeouts in the same year. Randy Johnson and Kurt Schilling, the only other duo to accomplish that. That was in 2002. Strikeout number 300 for Justin Verlander. A dozen in the game, another milestone in that Hall of Fame career for JV.
Incredible. He was pumped about that one too. He turned his back and pumped that glove with that bare hand. Congratulations on an incredible career and an incredible season for Justin Verlander and Garrett Cole, getting to that 300 strikeout threshold.
Kate Upton enjoying the game with Amy Cole as their husbands become the second duo ever to get to 300 strikeouts in a season. You knew JV knew that number as soon as he struck out Calhoun. Some nice round numbers tonight for Verlander. 3,000 strikeouts and 300 on the season against a team that's hard to strike out. Quite a night for JV. A dozen strikeouts and another big ovation on his way out. Justin Verlander, we told you how close this team is, getting congratulations for another big milestone. Quite a moment for him and the catcher who has caught every inning this year, Robinson Chirinos.
Yeah, you can tell by the smiles and the hugs and the recognition and the respect these guys have. Robinson Chirinos becoming an Astro this season. And it's been a historic one for him, catching Justin Verlander.
The irony in all that is the strikeout wild pitch. He'll leave the game after 6 innings, may have gone out for the 7th if he didn't get to 300, but now that strikeout wild pitch allowed him one extra shot at a strikeout. He gets to 12 tonight, and obviously based on the conversations he's having, he knows that his outing is finished for the night and his season is over as he puts up 6 innings and strikes out 12 here in his final outing of the year. Jake Marisnick will lead off for the Astros and fouls the first pitch off. Keenan Middleton's the new pitcher for the Angels. Jake, the only Astro that did not bat in that 5-run 6th inning. Astros sent 8 men to the plate and scored 5 on 2 home runs. Ground ball, diving stop by Cowart, and a good throw to get Jake. Nice defensive play by Caleb Cowart for the first out of the 7th.
Coward's been tested down there a couple of times. Jake making a bid for extra bases, but it ends up being a 5-3.
See that arm, why they like him a little bit as a pitcher as well as a position player. Here's Kyle Tucker. Tucker came on as a pinch runner and scored a run after replacing George Springer, who walked last inning. Getting his first at bat. What a night for Verlander. Ends up getting to 3,000 strikeouts. We thought that it was a decent possibility, even though he only struck out 5 Angels last time he faced them. But getting to 12 strikeouts and 300 for the season against this team.
Yeah, we talked about in that first inning or two, saying that they are the 3rd toughest team to strike out in Major League Baseball this season. And Justin Verlander found that groove and attacked it.
Other than his own team, they have the fewest strikeouts in the American League. And he didn't strike out anybody. Didn't even come close to striking out anybody in the first inning. And next thing you know, he ends up with 12 over the next 5.
Yeah, they were in attack mode, trying to get to that fastball early in counts, and it seemed like he started to go to the off speed, the breaking ball early on. Change-ups mixed in there.
We don't often see JV smile this much after an outing.
Well, he and Garrett Cole are comparing notes on their 300 strikeout seasons. Is that 616 now between the two of them?
And counting.
And the guy on the left is going to have his last outing of the year tomorrow.
One of these guys is going to win Cy Young, and the other one's going to be very close. And they both deserve it.
Yes.
They both, I wish there was some way they could be co-Cy Young. It's probably not going to happen. It'll be a very, very interesting vote. It may go down to what Cole does tomorrow. But we may never see 2 pitchers have seasons like this ever again. And we're 58 years into Astros history. You could go another 58 and not see a season like this.
Well, according to our graphic, the only 2 to have 300 plus have been Kurt Schilling and Randy Johnson. So that kind of speaks volumes as to how frequently that doesn't happen and how unique this situation is. We've talked about how this Astros team and this era of Astros baseball is great within the organization, but there's going to be Major League Baseball fans who are going to be talking about this team for a very long time also and what they've been able to do.
And it's a bit of a dying breed.
Oh, absolutely. This day and age with those guys being able to go 6-7 innings, 200 plus inning plateaus.
Kyle Tucker takes one up and in for a walk. He'll be a 1-out base runner.
Got some league leaders for you. They're presented by Houston Methodist. It's going to be some Astros OPS leaders as Jose Altuve comes to the plate, sitting at 899, trying to get across that 900 threshold. But pretty impressive for one lineup to have 5 guys at potentially 900 or more as far as OPS is concerned. Again, the combination of on-base percentage and slugging percentage.
Altuve back-to-back hits tonight after a fly out to left his first time up, a single and a 2-run home run. Jose sitting at 297 as a batting average, just 1 point off a 900 OPS. Altuve with a line drive base hit in the left field. That's going to go all the way to the wall. Around third comes Tucker. He'll be waved home. RBI double by Jose Altuve. Astros lead 6-3.
Sweet swinging Jose Altuve. An incredible year. Driving the baseball, hitting home run number 31 in this ball game, but the ability that he has shown to get hits and rack up numbers after such a slow start Incredible. He was sitting at 298 with his batting average, and now that OPS is going to be over 1,000. I mean, over 900. Sorry, I got a little excited.
92 hits since the All-Star break.
92.
92 hits.
Oh, man.
And remember, the All-Star break's no longer the halfway point of the season. It's a little deeper than the halfway point. So that leads all American League hitters with those 92 hits. Now Alex Bregman, who walked and scored a run, has a runner in scoring position here with 1 out. Alex takes one outside, and a little cross up. Kevin Smith still able to catch that pitch. And Smith is calling Brad Ausmus out of the dugout, it looks like, or maybe Doug White.
Yeah, that was interesting. Not too often you see that, but Altuve turning on that pitch up and getting another extra base hit out of it as you see Kyle Tucker racing around third base to give him another RBI. Altuve at 73 RBIs, and the guys in the dugout showing their appreciation. And there you go.
Jose.
Making it happen.
904 OPS. They're bringing out the pitching card, the signs card.
Well, there's getting crossed up between the pitcher and the catcher, and then there's getting crossed up with the entire rest of the organization.
So Kevin Smith has the new pitching sequence card, and we're ready to go after that last cross-up.
Had the August 28th card, not the September 28th card.
It's on that little wristband on his left arm. So it's 2-0 on Bregman. You don't want to make a mistake to Alex with what's in store right now, or what he's shooting for here in his final 2 games of the season. That's up and in on Alex, who drew his league-leading 116th walk his last time up. It's now 3-0. Alex does not swing much 3-0, but he's in an RBI situation here. Ball 4. 4-pitch walk to Bregman, second consecutive walk. Now 117 walks on the year, and that'll be the last batter that Keenan Middleton will face, with Jose Altuve at second and Alex Bregman on first, and Yordan Alvarez due up. The lefty warming up in the bullpen to face Yordan Alvarez when we come back.
To the Houston Open, and stay after the golf on Friday, October 11th, for an evening concert featuring Clay Walker. The concert begins at 7:15 or when the last putt is made. Proceeds benefit the Astros Foundation. To purchase your tickets, visit HoustonOpenGolf.com/tickets.
Jose Altuve, a 3-hit night, single, home run, and double. Giving the Astros a 6-3 lead with that RBI double, as he and Anderson Simmons have a little discussion. Now 2 on with 1 out, and the new pitcher will be Alberto Mejia.
30 2/3 innings pitched this season, 21 walks. Command a little bit of an issue. The whip at 1.76.
He'll face Yordan Alvarez. Throws a lot of sliders to lefties. We'll see if Yordan can turn around an 0-for-3 night. He has reached base in 29 straight games. Takes a fastball for a strike. Yordan sitting at 78 RBIs on the year. He had 71 in minor leagues. He's got a chance with his next RBI to put up totals of 50 home runs combined and 150 RBIs.
Fouls that one away. It's 1-2. Foul tip caught by Kevin Smith. Alvarez strikes out for the third time tonight. Second out of the inning. I bring up Yuli Gurriel.
Sometimes with young hitters as good as Yordan Alvarez is, they're playing well into a season that they're not accustomed to, getting into September where the minor league season usually ends August 31st, playing 140 ball games, but these guys grinding a little bit. Well, if Altuve, we talked about being at 899 and needed that 900 OPS, Yuli Gurriel sitting at 299 needs that knock to get above 300 or at it.
2 years ago at Fenway, he came into the last game at 299 and was unable to get across the 300 threshold. This ball sent to center field, but playable. Ryan Goodwin moves back a few steps to retire Yuli. For the final out of the seventh inning, Astros add a run on the Altuve RBI double at 6-3. Seventh inning stretch time here at Angel Stadium. We're going to send it back to Houston and Michelle Margot in our Rooms to Go lounge.
Brought to you by TXU Energy. We're talking Justin Verlander needed 6 to get to 3,000, 12 for 300. He found his groove in the second inning. He struck out 5 of 6 batters, and so he got Cole Calhoun in the 4th to join the 3,000 strikeout club in his career, and then he got him again in the 6th inning to reach 300 strikeouts in a season. That is the first time he's done that in his career. What a season it has been for Justin Verlander, wrapping up a pretty incredible year with some pretty incredible milestones, TK.
You're right about that, Julia. It's crazy to think about because it really doesn't happen much in Major League Baseball history. But his idol, Nolan Ryan, one of the few pitchers that seemed to get stronger as his career got later. And Verlander is kind of following in those footsteps.
It is eerily similar how they're doing it. Granted, it's going to be incredible to even think about 5,000 strikeouts, but to get to 3,000 at age 35 and continue knowing he has 2 more years in that Astros uniform, and last year set a season mark, a career season mark, set another one this year. Should we expect more next year? That's what's incredible to me is will he be able to go out there and maintain that success at this age? Because if he does, he will pitch until he's 42, 43 like Nolan Ryan did.
Well, the thing that's kind of glaring when you look around the league, as Kevin Smith will lead off against Hector Rondon, breaks his bat, and he rolls one to Alex Bregman, who will make the play for the first out, is that Justin Verlander is doing this, and at one point in his career, he and Felix Hernandez were kind of like in the same spot, and Felix was actually younger doing similar things, and Justin does this at age 36, and Felix Hernandez is contemplating retirement. I mean, this is unreal. You're comparing to the 2000 Pedro Martinez season.
Yeah, which was not fun. It was awful. I was talking to Steve Sparks about this, how remarkable those seasons are for Pedro Martinez. And those are the 1-2s as far as numbers in those categories that we just had up there. And with all this talk of longevity and history and Hall of Fame potential, 3,000 strikeouts, will we see another one?
Great question.
Is he the last one to get it?
We know that we've talked about it last inning. There's not a lot of innings being eaten up. 200 innings is a rarity now. I think there's been 4 pitchers that have gone 200 innings 3 seasons in a row. 3 of them are Astros.
That's what I was just going to say. We own them. It's crazy.
Jacob deGrom, the quartet of that group, and then Greinke and Verlander and Cole, the other 3, as Hector Rondon allows Jared Walsh to reach first base. Did he hit him there on that breaking ball? I guess that was an 0-2 count, I thought.
Yeah, Trino's having a little bit of an issue the last couple days.
So here we go. That's
It's a milestone that we thought we would see with 6 strikeouts. We thought 12 was a long shot, and he got it, and now Garrett Cole gets to try and match or do better tomorrow.
Yeah, these guys never cease to amaze us, and as much as we talk about the strikeouts, how about tonight? 12 strikeouts, no walks. Another game, double-digit strikeouts, no walks between Verlander and Cole.
JV not only gets better later in his career, he gets better in the final month of the season.
Yeah.
It's his best month of his career, and he gets better as the game goes along.
Yeah, everything points to Justin Verlander being a finisher. That's probably one of the better qualities you can have as any professional athlete, being a person who can close down games, close down seasons.
Justin Verlander making 34 starts this year, looking to win his 21st game of the season. And again, this is an Angels team that had given him trouble. They had only struck out 18 times in 18 1/3 innings, including 5 strikeouts last time in 5 innings, with basically the same lineup that we saw tonight. And then after coming out aggressive against him in the first inning, he was able to pick up 12 strikeouts over the next 5 innings. Remarkable.
No, and it was really a testament, too, of him being able to make adjustments with Robinson Chirinos back there. Because, like you said, the first time through the order, gave up the home run to Goodwin. Calhoun got a base hit, and he came back and proceeded to strike Goodwin out 2 more times and Calhoun out 2 more times.
1-2 the count to Taylor Ward. No chase there. It's 2-2. Interesting development in the National League Central race tonight. The Cardinals lost to the Cubs 8-6. The Brewers had a chance to tie St. Louis for the lead in the Central Division with 1 game to go, but the Brewers with 2 outs and nobody on. Now a pinch hit home run by Sam Hilliard to tie the game for the Rockies, and the Rockies walked it off on a Trevor Story home run in the 10th. So the Brewers head into game 162, 1 game behind the Cardinals in the NL Central. Whoever finishes second in that division race will play at Washington in the National League wild card game. Oakland leading Seattle tonight 1-0. If the A's hold on to win, they will host Tampa Bay in the American League wild card game. Just missed outside, ball 4, so 2 on, a hit batter and a 3-2 pitch that just missed for a walk. And it's time for us to reveal the results of tonight's Chevy Stroh poll. We asked you about Garrett Cole and Justin Verlander. Who should be Cy Young? Who should be the #1 starter in the ALDS? We get Cy Young for Cole and JV #1 starter with the most votes. JV with a Cy Young and #1 starter gets 38%. Cole overall 54%. 47% for Justin Verlander to win the Cy Young. So that pendulum has swung slightly. Last time Verlander won that Cy Young vote. And now the votes slightly skew towards Garrett Cole.
Well, Justin finishes the night with that 2.58 ERA. There's a little bit of separation in that ERA race that Garrett Cole took over with that last start.
I think a couple things are going to be at play, and we can discuss this more tomorrow too as Caleb Coward back. But new age analytics, if you're a fan of them, you might lean towards Garrett Cole.
Yep.
Old school traditional stats, if you're a bigger fan of those, you might lean towards Justin Verlander. I do think ERA could come into play. Whoever ends up with a lower ERA could be a deciding factor. Ground ball right side. Yuli backhands the second for 1. Bregman the return throw, and the Astros turn a double play to get out of the 7th inning. Nicely done to finish off the 7th. It's still 6-3.
Time now for T-Mobile's connection to the game. News and notes around Major League Baseball. Minnesota Twins, 4th team in a single season with 100-plus wins. That is a record, having 4 teams over 100 wins. Edwin Diaz, 7 blown saves, 15 home run, all in the 9th inning. That is a rough season for a very good closer with the Seattle Mariners. Jordan Zimmerman this season, 1-13 with a 6.91. An opponent batting average of .311. Some seasons to not remember by Edwin Diaz and Jordan Zimmerman.
On we go to the 8th inning. Astros were down 3-0 after 5 and now lead this game 6-3. The new pitcher is Justin Anderson.
Now we've got to know these guys really well. Playing the Angels here, 7 times in the last 9 games. So Justin Anderson on again.
He'll face Aledmys Diaz, who was hit by a pitch his last time up. Hit the ball hard his first 2 times, but fly it out to deep left a couple of times. Astros 6 runs on only 5 hits. Angels pitching has walked 5 and hit a batter. And 4 of those 6 free runners have come in to score, including Diaz last time he was up. Aledmys Diaz sends one into center field. Brian Goodwin is there. Diaz the first out of the 8th.
Last time Josh Reddick was up there, he hit a home run, and StatCast AI, powered by AWS, is going to put some numbers and a vapor trail behind it. Low launch angle at 24 degrees, but 103.4 off the bat. Gets that baseball out of the ballpark at 386 feet. Great swing from Josh, having a great September. 4 home runs now in September.
Takes the pitch outside for ball 1. Reddick had 5 straight hits coming into this game from Thursday night's contest. Struck out the first 2 times up before that 3-run home run. Swing and a miss. Anderson from Houston, went to St. Pius High School, also University of Texas San Antonio. Made his major league debut at Minute Maid Park last April 23rd. Had a bunch of friends and family in town for that one. Astros trying to wrap up the best record in baseball. The #1 seed for the American League playoffs has been clinched last night. Now they're trying to clinch the overall #1 seed for the entire postseason. They can do that with a win tonight. Dodgers matching their franchise record with their 105th win tonight. Astros looking to extend their franchise mark to 106. That one called a strike. It's 3-2.
It's a little generous.
Goodwin gets another chance in this inning and retires Reddick for the second out. Make sure you're following AT&T Sportsnet on Twitter and Instagram for Astros coverage throughout the playoffs. Julia Morales will have player interviews, updates, and behind-the-scenes content throughout the playoffs. Find us on Twitter and Instagram for the latest on the AL West champs during their postseason run. Here's Robinson Chirinos. Now the 0 for 2 with a walk tonight. He sends one way up in the air. Caleb Cowart, the third baseman, right near the bag, puts it away. And Justin Anderson has a 1-2-3 8th inning. 6-3 Astros.
Time to name that Astro, brought to you by Nissan. 7-12 Raptors. Who is that Astro? It's Nolan Ryan, of course. A little distracted, and I apologize for that. 7-0 hitters, most all-time. 12-1 hitters is most all-time. That's an incredible number, and his jersey retired by 3 different teams. The great Nolan Ryan. Number retired right here at the Big A, Minute Maid Park, and Globe Life Park, which is moving at the end of this season.
Right across the street to Globe Life Field as Ryan Presley takes over as the new Astros pitcher here in the 6-3 game in the bottom of the 8th.
Presley treating these outings as if he is shutting down ball games as he comes back off the injured list with that right knee surgery, and he has looked pretty good since coming back off that injured list. And those are all-star numbers you're seeing from Ryan Presley right there in 54 games.
AJ really wanted to get Ryan into back-to-back games along the way. Presley pitching last night, going through the 3, 4, 5 hitters in the Angels lineup with a couple of strikeouts, and tonight he'll get the top of the lineup here in the 8th inning. David Fletcher 0 for 3. A rare strikeout his last time up as Verlander was able to get him for his 10th strikeout of the game. JV ended up with a dozen strikeouts tonight as he starts him off with a fastball for a called strike. Presley's 4th appearance since coming off the injured list. He was really sharp in his first outing off the IL. A little more shaky in that outing in Seattle, and then last night looked really good again. New left fielder is Miles Straw. He gets tested right away as he comes in for that play as he takes over for Josh Reddick in left. And there's one away in the 8th.
Good job creating soft contact. Good spin. And Ryan Presley pitching in back-to-back evenings is interesting too. A.J. Hinch trying to ramp up the usage of Ryan Presley, get him accustomed to having to bounce back a day later after pitching. As you can imagine, getting into the postseason, they may need to call on him a couple times in back-to-back nights.
Ryan Goodwin got things started for the Angels in the first inning. Second batter Justin Verlander faced tonight, hitting a home run, extending his career high to 17 home runs. After that, he struck out twice against JV. Well, Verlander worked on 5 days rest coming into this start because of the off day Monday. He will work on 5 days rest going into his next start, which will be Friday. I'm not even sure if AJ's officially announced it, but everybody knows what's happening. As JV's been in front of Cole in the rotation here, and those will be your 1-2 guys in the playoffs. Well, Verlander, probably an afternoon contest. We're waiting to hear the game times for the ALDS, but we'll have a chance to pitch against either the Oakland A's or the Tampa Bay Rays in that ALDS Game 1 in front of what should be a frenzied crowd at Minute Maid Park, as we know so well from the last couple of postseason runs.
Yeah, there's going to be a couple of guys out there maybe stirring it up a little bit in those postseason home games that I know of.
Ground ball towards Altuve in shallow right. He knows he has to hurry, and picked it first by Yuli. Good play all around. Altuve says, my bad. And Yuli's like, I got you, brother.
It's how he's been going all year long, is picking those guys up at first base, saving them some errors, increasing that fielding percentage. But the throw getting in there, Yuli did a good job of stepping towards it to get that ball in the back of the glove before Goodwin crossed.
Yuli has become a very good defensive first baseman.
Yeah, depending on who you ask on that infield, he might be the best. Alex Bregman said as much.
Pujols takes a called strike. Albert's hit the ball pretty hard tonight, lined out to the outfield a couple of times and flied out to deep center. Albert playing more games at first base this year for the Angels than he has in the last 5 seasons as he grounds one towards Altuve. He makes the toss to Yuli to end the inning. 1-2-3 inning for Presley, who looked sharp in back-to-back nights.
For the Shiner Box Spotlight, a night with all eyes on Justin Verlander. The offense deserves the spotlight tonight as well. Another great night for the team. This club has not quit. It's not dipped its intensity since clinching the division a while back now. Nobody giving away at bats. You saw huge swings from Jose Altuve and Josh Reddick tonight to put them ahead, put them in position to hopefully clinch home field advantage to the entire postseason. And becoming the #1 seed last night, a lot of these guys talked about it. The playoff picture more clear. Alex Bregman saying that's why we play the game. It's the postseason. This is what it's all about. So they are very excited to clinch home field through the American League, but they knew they needed one more to keep it through Minute Maid Park for the entire postseason. So that's what they're looking to do now. TK?
Yeah, I love that reaction from the dugout, too, with George Springer wearing the Josh Reddick warm-up top after his 3-run home run. Springer lifted for a pinch runner. And he was making sure Josh saw that he had the 22 top on. As we head to the 9th, Astros looking for win number 106 in that #1 seed all the way through, as Julia mentioned, as they face a new pitcher once again. Angels going to Taylor Cole here in the 9th.
Pitched on the 26th against the Astros, went 2/3 of an inning, had a walk and a strikeout.
Jake Marisnick leads off, a couple of strikeouts and a ground out. Astros trying to cap off this monumental season with another win and wrapping up their final team goal of 2019. Still have some individual pursuits tomorrow. With Jose Altuve sitting at 298 and Yuli Gurriel sitting at 298. Altuve will bat third in this inning. Garrett Cole going for a Cy Young. Alex Bregman going for an MVP. So even though team-wise they don't have any more goals other than to set another notch on their franchise win record, there's a lot of individual goals at stake.
Yeah, get greedy, get yours. It's a good motto down the stretch when you've clinched as many playoff berths and first places and home field advantages as the Astros have done.
How bad does Alex Bregman want to bat this inning? He's due up fourth. He already has his batting gloves, bat, and helmet on. He's sitting there at the rail of the dugout ready to go.
Makes sense. If you had his ability and the year he's having, you'd be charging towards that batter's box too every chance you got.
Ball hit hard, and Jake's going to have himself an extra base hit into the corner and left. Jake Marisnick, a leadoff double here in the 9th. Jake going to third. He's going to get there. Jake Marisnick flying around the bases.
Well, the play is in front of him with him yanking that ball down the left field line, and he goes racing around first base. Took a peek out there and took advantage of the situation. Got Tyler Ward out there in left field. A guy who has played several positions for the Angels. And I wonder about the relay throw coming in, if that was something he read. But he's always running as hard as he can, but there's non-stop on his way to third.
Well, Jake on third base with nobody out. The Angels bring the infield in as Kyle Tucker bats for the second time. Tucker came on as a pinch runner, drew a walk in his previous plate appearance, scored a run. Tucker trying to make some final impressions, as he's kind of one of those guys on the bubble to try and make the postseason roster. See what I'm hearing? It is a loud "Let's Go Astros" cheer going on.
That sounds good.
Tucker with a 2-1 count. Well, if Kyle needed to make the postseason roster based on his September play, he's putting up a pretty good argument. He's got an .896 OPS. He has hit 4 home runs. He's played solid defense, and he's stolen 5 bags in 5 attempts.
Yeah, he's done everything the Astros have asked of him. The defensive one is the one that kind of jumps out to me, making some good diving plays, playing a solid outfield, hitting the cutoff man on some of the throws in. Seen him in both right field and left field.
Good count here to try and drive in a run, although he misses that pitch up in the zone. It's 3-2. Astros trailed 3-0 after 5 innings. Brad Ausmus tried to get one more inning out of his starter Jose Suarez, but he walked George Springer, allowed a home run to Jose Altuve, and then Reddick a 3-run home run later in that inning. Ground ball to first. Marisnick had to freeze on the grounder. And that's out number 1 in the 9th inning. So he mentioned Justin Verlander will pitch on 5 days rest in his start in the ALDS Game 1. Whether he gets the Rays or the A's, his numbers have been pretty similar since joining the Astros against both of those two teams, at least ERA-wise. A little bit better on opponent's average against Oakland.
Yeah, he's done a very good job. That's going to win you a series, having those kind of numbers going into it. He has been very reliable. Doesn't mind the spotlight. I agree with you. He matches up well against those teams that he's going to see in the playoffs, no matter who it is.
Yeah, the numbers get even better for the ALCS potential opponents.
I agree.
Including the postseason. Those were his numbers against the New York Yankees. Including the ALCS MVP. Well, they have just wrapped things up in Seattle. Oakland has held on to win that game 1-0 as Jose Altuve bats. Altuve already with a 3 RBI night. Sitting at 298 with a 904 OPS. Oakland winning tonight. That means they will host the wild card game against Tampa Bay on Wednesday at the Oakland Coliseum. Winner of that game will fly out to Houston after the game and get ready for Friday's Game 1 of the ALDS. Sounds like Charlie Morton's going to get the start for Tampa Bay in that wild card game. Oakland has not yet announced who might start for them. Altuve into right field, coming on Calhoun. He will make the play. Marisnick goes back to tag, but that was not deep enough. Altuve retired for the second out. Astros baseball returns to West Palm Beach in the spring of 2020. Watch the Astros get ready for another great season and enjoy the Palm Beaches all in one place. Visit astros.com/spring training to download your 2020 spring training schedule today. The Astros unable to score that runner from third with no outs so far, but Alex Bregman gets an opportunity here with 2 outs.
Well, he was ready for it, and here he is.
Bregman has walked his last 2 times up. Takes one outside for ball 1. With those 2 walks, the OPS moves up to 1,014. On base percentage moves up to 421. Two and 0 the count. There's a strike with a fastball, 2-1. Roberto Osuna would get the ball in the 9th inning if the Astros have a 3-run lead. If it moves to 4 or more, Brian Abreu might get a chance. Alex sends a high fly ball in the right center field, playable for Calhoun, and that'll do it for the Astros in the ninth. We head to the bottom half, 6-3 Houston. Baseball on AT&T Sportsnet is presented by Toyota. Let's go places. And by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Bottom of the ninth inning. Don't forget, after our game, it'll be the Astros postgame show presented by Whataburger. Michelle Margot and Mike Stanton will host tonight as Justin Verlander joins both the 3,000 club and the 300 club for the season. Home run streak continues with Jose Altuve and Josh Reddick hitting big home runs in that 5-run sixth inning. As always, Julia Morales with the post-game interviews on our Astros post-game show following tonight's game.
There he is, the closer for the Astros, Roberto Osuna, 66th appearance this season. 37 of 43 in the saves and opportunities, 72 strikeouts in 64 innings. Last time he was out there, he picked up that 37th save on the 24th, looking to take the lead in the American League.
Even though the offense was disappointed not to add a run to that 6-3 lead in the ninth after Jake tripled to start the inning, Osuna might not have been as disappointed as others. He faces Cole Calhoun.
Well, everybody else is going for records, for leads. Why not go out and get his?
It'll be Calhoun, Andrelton Simmons, Kevin Smith due up here in the ninth inning with the Astros leading 6-3. The American League playoffs are completely set now. The National League still has the NL Central to be determined. The AL will have Tampa Bay at Oakland Wednesday. Winner of that game at Houston Friday, and Minnesota at the Yankees also on Friday. Osuna with a 1-2 count on Calhoun. We have seen better command overall, I think, from Roberto Osuna in the month of September. He's had a really good final month for the Astros after little blips here and there in the month of August. As he picks up a strikeout of Calhoun to start the ninth.
Been a rough night for Cole Calhoun after getting that base hit in the first inning. 3 straight strikeouts. He was number 3,000 and 300. New pitching coach Garrett Cole working with Urquidy. That was a 160th strikeout for Cole Calhoun. It's aggressive.
From that to the guy who is the toughest to strike out, doesn't see many pitches per plate appearance. Andrelton Simmons puts a lot of balls in play, and he takes one down for a ball. 8.7% strikeout percentage, although Osuna has struck him out twice in 6 at-bats. I think what we've seen also out of Osuna, and mentioned on a couple of other broadcasts, is this ball sent into right field. We've seen less of the quick pitch hesitation combo and more just standard pitching lately. Simmons hits his second base hit of the night. Go along with a 2-run home run, now a single to right. I'll bring up Kevin Smith. Jesus Luzardo ended up picking up a 2-inning save tonight for the A's. Liam Hendricks had been used 3 games in a row and gave up a walk-off win last night to the Mariners. So the A's going to Luzardo for the final 2 innings. 4-pitcher combined shutout. Ground ball towards third. Waiting on it is Diaz. He goes to second. Altuve's turn, not quite in time. It was close, but just safe at first base, Kevin Smith.
Yeah, credit Kevin Smith for hustling down that first baseline. That ball was not hit hard to third. Good feed to Jose Altuve, who got rid of it quickly. But I believe it was how hard that ball was hit that didn't allow him to get enough on that throw to get Kevin Smith over at first base.
So here's how it lines up. Tampa Bay at Oakland on Wednesday. In the wild card game, the winner to advance to the ALDS against the Astros on Friday. The two highest scoring teams in all of baseball, the Twins and the Yankees, going head to head at Yankee Stadium on Friday night. I think what the Astros would love to see, obviously they need to get by the A's or the Rays, but they would love to see in that other ALDS matchup a lot of offense, a lot of pitchers being used in a 5-game series.
I'm with you on that. If you're watching those other series, you want to see those bullpens blown out, you want to see the starters roughed up.
And you've got two teams that hit over 300 home runs on the season.
Yep. Just have them slug it out.
Into shallow right center field, and putting the ball away for the final out is Kyle Tucker, and Roberto Osuna with his 30th save, taking over the lead in the American League. And with that win, the Astros have home field advantage throughout the postseason, including the World Series. What a year with one more game to go.
Incredible accomplishment. Everything they have set out to do, they have done it and then done some more. And oh yeah, we still get to see Garrett Cole finish off his season tomorrow, which should be pretty electric also. That game is going to be at noon West Coast time, but it has been a lot of fun this season. 161 games in, the Astros clinch home field advantage all the way through the playoffs as long as they go.
Win number 106 on the year. We'll have plenty more coming up with the Astros postgame show to follow.
Everybody knew it. We were all anticipating it. We were talking about before the game. You're talking about it during the game. The countdown's going on, and he's out there methodically going pitch by pitch. So they ambushed him a little bit early. It looked like they were going to make early contact. He still got some early strikeouts, and then, you know, when the big mark got, when 3,000 was getting close, he found ways to get a lot of strikeouts. When 300 got close for the season, he bared down even more. So big night for him, great night for us. I mean, I think he just had to adapt a little bit to what they were doing. You know, he figured a few things out with his grip and a little bit with his mechanics and what he, you know, taking the ball out. He's just doing a lot of different things to try to get his best stuff towards home plate, and then adapting to their game plan a little bit. I think he had to pitch to a couple different areas of the strike zone just based on their aggressiveness early. But with JV, it never surprises me. He's gonna find a way to get his outs, find a way to get his strikeouts.
Justin Verlander, top of the food chain.
Best in the game.
Is he nasty or what?
A guy like Justin Verlander can make that clutch pitch when he needs to.
Batter for batter excellence and dominance. Verlander is way ahead of everybody else.
Honestly, I feel like every time Verlander's on the mound, we're going to win the game.
He's pitching for Cooperstown.
And the 22-year-old rookie making his major league debut is Justin Verlander.
The pitch to Hafner, and he waves at it, and Verlander has his first major league strikeout.
This guy can throw it very well. He's got terrific upside.
If you're a hitter, he's got a tough horse in your face.
This is an honor, and I was just a small piece of the puzzle that the Tigers put together to produce a winning team this year.
Boy, oh boy, Verlander has been unbelievable tonight.
No-hitter for Justin Verlander! The first Tigers no-hitter since 1984 when Jack Morris won a scene at Comerica Park.
This is unbelievable, man. I just want to thank everybody. My teammates behind me did a great job. You saw some of the plays they made, and man, I just felt good.
When he's on, very few can beat him. And he tipped it into the glove for strike three. Verlander gets the 1,000th of his career. Everybody taking a big, deep breath right now. 1 out left. Here's the 2-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Verlander has done it again. The second no-hitter in his young career. It's a feeling that some of the greatest pitchers in this game have never felt, and Verlander has done it twice.
When you threw your first one against the Brewers back in 07, you said that was the best day of your life. How does this compare to that?
You know, it's got to be right up there.
At this point, Verlander is very possibly having the best season of his career.
Win number 24 for Justin Verlander.
Justin Verlander reaches history again.
Verlander won the equivalent of the pitcher's triple crown, most wins,
Best ERA, most strikeout, and a Cy Young and an MVP.
Justin Verlander was the man, the biggest complete game of his season tonight here in Oakland as he shut down the A's dramatically on just 4 hits. He established a new strikeout record for the division series.
Justin Verlander has stayed an elite starting pitcher.
Justin Verlander for a second straight year in Oakland in Game 5. Shut him out on 2 hits through 17 consecutive scoreless innings in 2 Game 5s. Incredible.
You'll never see it again, folks.
One of the greatest pitchers in franchise history.
Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 2,000 in the career of Justin Verlander. So congratulations to JV.
Great American City going through an unspeakable tragedy right now collectively. And here comes the greatest right-handed pitcher of his generation into Houston.
This could be the most impactful trade of all of them so far in 2017 in terms of how it affects the postseason.
The American League Championship Series. 9 innings of 1-run baseball from Justin Verlander.
It's like he's a sheriff in the middle of the diamond. Justin Verlander with 7 shutout innings was phenomenal.
I do not regret my decision to come here. This is the best feeling a player can have.
He led his team to a World Series championship.
The Houston Astros are world champions for the first time in franchise history.
For what he's done for the Houston Astros, dominating.
Justin Verlander, career victory, number 200.
He has been the ace of the staff.
A career high 15 strikeouts for Justin Verlander.
Verlander now with 2,856 strikeouts in his career, moving into 18th place all time.
7 consecutive starts with 10 strikeouts or more. 5th pitcher in Major League history to accomplish that.
If it's his start, there's a chance of a no-hitter.
Ground ball to third. His throw in time. Justin Verlander, his 3rd career no-hitter. 1 of 6 in the history of the game with 3 or more, and his 2nd here at the Rogers Center.
You know, it's a special moment. I'm so happy to be able to celebrate this with my teammates.
This guy's getting better with age.
Justin Verlander just 1 strikeout away from 3,000.
Swing and a miss. Ball gets away. That's 3,000 strikeout.
Congratulations to Justin Verlander on number 3,000.